for such a long time.
Exactly.
You'd love them to stay kids as long as they can.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of kids themselves, when they turn 15, 16, they want to be older and they want to grow up.
Well, and these days they look like they're 20-year-olds.
I know.
Man, if I showed you a picture of me at 15, you'd go, fucking really?
Yeah.
This little kid, this slight little kid. And as we said, all I wanted to do was grow up. School was not for me, and it's the same with Mav. School was not for him. He's a smart kid. He's a really fucking smart kid, but he didn't get his wheels spun, and nothing that school was offering was going to do that. And that's what's with working now in the apprenticeship. He's good at what he does, and he's even been going to be put forward with his tech for a national competition for Apprentice of the Year, which is great. So you can see him kicking goals there where he didn't do that in school.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. That makes you proud, and as long as he's happy, because I know he hadn't been happy in that environment. And I remember when I was at school, I left when I was 15, it didn't make me happy. It didn't spin my wheels. I didn't want to be there. And when you don't want to be somewhere, it's like being in a room with people at a party that you don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here. This is uncomfortable for me. Make it go away. So
and not everyone's academic, right? And they don't go through school being, if you're not good at it, then you're not enjoying it. There are other options, and I mean, some people push through school just to get a VCE. What's that going to get you in life? Probably not a lot, but you got other options. So a lot of people go through, get their VCE, and then go and do an apprenticeship or something where they could have had that experience 2 or 3 years earlier. Yeah. Nowadays, so yeah.
Well, so he's just turned 17 this year in April.
Okay.
So
he's younger.
Yeah, he was a year younger.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, even though he looks, as I said, he looks 21.
I know.
So he'll be done his apprenticeship in another 3.5 years.
Yeah.
And he'll be 20.
20. Yeah.
So
Yeah, but it's strange. Like you say, the way the boys look now. You are coaching under 17 boys at the moment, and they're bigger than me. They've got muscles. They hit the gym. I don't know if they're taking any.
You want to hope
any peptides or anything like that. You hope not, but they're huge.
Yeah,
like they look like grown men, and they're 16.
Well, see, Ed, we're talking about like the social media with the gym influencers and that. There's so much more information out there nowadays for these kids, and they want to get into the gym. They want to do the things that they see on the internet and emulate that. And they've got testosterone. Boys have got testosterone running through their veins. As long as they're eating well and they're training, they're going to get big. And as you say, me at 15, I was a scrawny little runt.
Me too.
I had no idea what a gym was. Had no concept of what a gym was.
No, me neither. I think I hit my first gym when I was maybe 19 or something.
Yeah.
And now it's 14.
Yeah. I think I was 21. I'd been in business for a year, and I got really fucking fat. And somebody said, "Nice tits," and that was the catalyst. That was my catalyst. It's like, fuck, I do have tits.
Hey, I'm trying to live until I die. Come connect, it's a LUID State of Mind. Yeah. Talking traveling, if you wanna fly. Fitness and finance, living a better life. Keep it raw, no filter. Living with no limit. Thank you for tuning in. Come on, let's get it.
Shane Antrobus, welcome back to LUID State of Mind.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Well, mate, it's a pleasure. So you came episode number 45, which was last year sometime.
Correct.
And what was the title of your podcast?
You titled it Naturally Talented.
Was that apt?
It was a conversation we had during the podcast, and when you were asking questions about me and what I'd done, and you just sort of come up and just said, "You're naturally talented, aren't you?" You're one of those. Yeah.
People don't like you because you're talented at everything, which is it's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's a good thing. So looking back on that conversation that we had, were you happy with that conversation, with the results that you got? Did you share it? Was it something that you could be proud of?
Yeah, it was. I wasn't sure. Like, first podcast, I wasn't sure how it would go or how I would feel during it, but really comfortable. The result that come out and the content that come out was fantastic. And yeah, I have shared it. I shared it across the junior footy club. I'll probably share it again on my my business page and stuff like that now. So yeah, it was a really good experience.
Awesome. As you say, that fear of the unknown.
Yes.
Because the target audience of LUID, we're getting everyday people with everyday stories, and we're highlighting them and what they do and how they fit into their communities. We said that we don't interview famous people because we don't want to give somebody that's already had a platform and another something to leverage off. That's not what we're about. So I think you yourself, it's testament to what we're doing is that you're coming back for another go, and you want to do the same as what we're doing, and that's educate listeners and viewers, and give something back in some sort of way.
Yeah, correct.
Yep.
Correct. Yeah. It's all about it's about knowledge sharing and sharing experiences, and if we can help one person through a podcast or through communication or through something that I've done or something that your listeners can relate to, then that's a benefit, right?
All it takes. One.
It just takes one.
Yeah.
And you'd like to think you might be able to help a lot more people, particularly in the work I do with youth sports and things like that. But if it ends up being one person that you change their life, then that's a massive impact that you've had,
isn't it? It's better than none.
Yep.
It's all it takes. Hey, so since you've been here, personally, what have you done yourself? Well, actually, before we go any further, it's Saturday. It's the 4th of July. Unfortunately, the Socceroos were knocked out of the World Cup today.
Yes, they were this morning.
Did you watch it? You watched the game?
I got up and watched the game. Yes,
Yep.
yes. I had a relatively late night anyway. My son was playing in at Marvel Stadium yesterday.
Oh, well, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Your son Will, because
Yes.
we talked about Will in the previous podcast.
Yep.
Proud father moment.
Yeah, very proud father moment. He's made the Vic Country squad for AFL football, so he's in the national championships at the moment. And the second game of the national champs was yesterday against WA, and he got to play at Marvel Stadium, which is a huge buzz for him. They opened up free entry for people to come and watch, so there was a relatively good crowd there, just on level one, and so. He performed really well on the stage. Just more importantly, it's just a great experience for him to have.
Oh, for sure.
And
as you say, on that big stage, you had a chat to him after the game. How do you think he felt he handled himself throughout the experience?
Listen, if you know Will, he's a pretty calm and humble kid. So he doesn't get stressed about too much. Or if he does, he doesn't show it. That's for sure. So he handled the situation really well. He was calm going into the game. Afterwards, it wasn't about the win or the loss or anything like that. It was just he was just so happy that he was able to be in that situation and be able to have that opportunity out there.
Did he perform well?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he had a really good game.
Great. How good's that?
Yeah. So late night, then set the alarm for 4:00 this morning.
It's been a long day for you, mate.
Watched the Socceroos, then went back to sleep and got out of bed about 9:30.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Are you interested in the rugby union at all?
Not overly.
No.
That's
fair enough. I understand that.
I know. I know. We spoke about this last time.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm not a big fan of AFL, so there's no love lost. But New Zealand's playing France after this podcast, so we're going to tie up here today, this afternoon, and I'll go home and crack a couple of beers.
Yeah, nice.
France at the new stadium in Christchurch.
Yep.
It's totally enclosed, so it should be good running rugby. I'm going to put a prediction out there, All Blacks by 6 points. So
All Blacks by 6.
When this comes out in 2 weeks, we'll all know whether I'm talking out my arse or not. New coach Dave Rennie. So we've had a new coach, and it's obviously Rugby World Cup in Australia next year. So this is an important part in the All Blacks' journey towards hopefully getting another World Cup.
Yeah.
So,
is this a lead-up match? Is it a qualifier or anything like that?
It's called we'll just hold there for a bit. It's called Rugby. There's a new competition called Rugby Nation or Rugby Challenge. I should have done this prior to you turning up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a new tournament called the Nations Championship. So we've got France, Italy, Ireland, South Africa, and there's another couple of teams. So it's a new competition. So Northern and Southern Hemisphere teams. And it's just, I think it's something just to lead into the Rugby World Cup next year.
Yeah.
So good for everybody involved, good for all the teams to just see where everybody else is sitting as far as their game plans and their mindset, I suppose, leading into next year. But there's still plenty of time. We've got more than a year to go, but it's going to be a good competition. So, yeah. But anyway, it's enough about the All Blacks. So, great to hear about Will. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, as I said, you're still the president of the EDSB?
No, I'm not this year. I've taken a step back. So
Yep.
vice president, sort of handing over the reins now. So after 6 years of presidency,
How's the
handing over.
succession plan going?
It's going well.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's going
Who's
well.
the new president?
A lady, a female mum. She's got a young under 9 boy, I think.
Yep.
Her
name is?
Naomi Mackay. Naomi Mackay.
Oh, Naomi.
Naomi
Okay.
Mackay. Yeah.
Well, shout out to her. I'm sure she's doing a fantastic job.
She is.
Great to hear. What else have you been doing since we saw you last?
A lot of coaching. So we spoke last time. I started up my own coaching business for football called SAS Coaching, and
Is that full time for you? That's your full time
full
job.
time at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a heap of coaching. School holidays obviously very, very busy with clinics most days over the school holidays.
And that started this week, didn't it?
Yeah,
School holidays,
So I started Monday just gone, and then I'm doing some coaching with Halbury as well.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so just in the Year 10 program and doing some work with AFL Victoria, mentoring coaches around different regions down in Gippsland and around here.
Wow. You are very talented at what you do, aren't you?
Well, it's something that I'm very passionate and I love doing, so it comes easy to me.
Yeah, well, how good's that? Because not everybody has a job that they're passionate about and they love doing.
Well,
I mean, you get
not many at all, I would
No,
say.
no, exactly. Very, very few.
Yeah.
Very, very few. So today, what do you want to cover today? Because obviously you've emailed me through a few notes.
Yeah.
What are you passionate about right now? We know the coaching thing for you is a big part of your life. We talked about that last time. What do you want to cover today? I mean, what do you want to achieve as far as educating our listeners?
Achieve today. Just talk about my experiences as a runner and as an ultra runner, and probably educate listeners on not just what it takes to become that, but just the mindset that is behind ultra running, but that anyone can actually get into ultra running or trail running, or it's all about making your life better by moving. So get out, move.
Yep.
Every day, and hopefully some of the stories that I tell that will help motivate people to just get a bit more physically active within their lifestyle.
So ultra running, just to clarify that, ultra running is, most people know what a marathon is. A marathon is 42.2 or whatever kilometres.
Yep.
Ultra running, we're talking about 100 Ks plus.
Yeah, well,
Is that
officially, ultra running is anything longer than a marathon.
Right.
So,
That's a big gamut, isn't it?
yeah.
What are most of the events after a marathon lengthwise?
So there's 50K, 50 mile, which is 80 Ks.
Yep.
And then 100 Ks, and then 100 miles, which is 160
Ks.
So so they're the common distances that you'll find around. There are some that might be 56 or 43 or things like that, just different, but around that mark, like 105.
Well, they just fit in the course, aren't they?
They are, correct.
They're not going to take 6 Ks off the end of the course for it to end somewhere
No.
in the middle of the bush.
No, exactly
doesn't make
right.
sense.
But traditionally, it's a 50K, 50 mile, 100K, 100 mile are the distances in ultra running.
Well, so let's back it up a bit, because obviously, when did you start running? I can't really remember if we covered this in the previous podcast.
No, I don't think we did.
No, so when did you start? When did you first strap up and go, I'm running, this is what I'm going to do?
It's a tough one because I started running for fitness when I was playing football. So it probably started as a fitness thing just to make my football better when I was playing AFL football. And And I probably started that when I was around 18, 19. I just started playing footy. One of my friends got drafted into the AFL, and then that was my ambition. I thought I could do that too, and then I started running to try and increase my capacity with speed and acceleration and endurance. And back then there wasn't the programs that you can find online now, obviously, as we were talking about earlier. So it was sort of a self-driven thing, and that just went on for years. And every summer I'd just be running to get fit for football. It wasn't until I finished football that I ran my first marathon. So in my mid-30s it was.
So what was your first marathon?
It was the Melbourne Marathon.
Of course.
Of course. And
Melbourne.
Yeah. So I've done 8 of those since.
Did that finish at the MCG like it always?
Yes.
Is it always done that?
Yeah, it did, except for there was one year where it finished outside the G because they were doing groundworks in there or something like that. Yeah. But yeah,
that's a bummer for those people that missed
out
on that.
I know,
because that's, to be quite honest, that's the best part, is finishing on the hallowed ground.
It is very good.
Yeah.
When you enter into the MCG, obviously it's not filled with 100,000 people cheering you on like you're in the Olympics or anything, but there's a crowd there, and they are cheering people. But you notice when you enter the G, there's maybe, I don't know, 500, 600 meters to run, and everyone who's just plodding outside the G all of a sudden can somehow get a sprint up for that 500 meters.
That's right.
So it's quite competitive once you enter the G and you start heading towards the finish line. But it's a pretty awesome experience.
So what year was that, the first one?
Oh, that's a good question.
So you said you were 30 in your 30s?
Yeah, it would have been around the 2000-ish, 2005 maybe, somewhere around there. I'd have to look back. I don't even know.
Do you remember how many people were in the stands at the MCG when you came?
In my first year, there wasn't many.
So I made this comment to another guest that we had that did the Melbourne Marathon just recently.
Yep.
So mine was 2012, 2013.
Yep.
And yeah, there was a good splatter of supporters. But when I went back to support a mate like a year ago, the place was pretty much half full.
Yeah.
It was just insane. Just the amount of support, and just to see the event just grow and grow and grow each year is just unbelievable.
It's amazing, the rise of not just marathon running but ultra running as well.
But just people running.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, because the thing is that they start somewhere. They do a 5K and that's an achievement. They do a 10K, that's an achievement. They go, right, what's next? 21Ks? Well, if I can run 21Ks, I can run 42Ks.
Yep.
And that's for me, seeing people evolve through that process to get to do a marathon. And not everybody gets to do a marathon. It's a 1% of the total,
I think
total population get to compete and then finish a marathon, which is insane.
Yeah.
And anybody that does it, regardless of whether they do it in 4.5 or 5.5 or whatever hours, to accomplish that is amazing.
It is amazing. And most people start with parkruns or something like that, right? To get involved in community and have that group around them to not just motivate them, but to be involved in something and get out and move. A parkrun's a perfect way to start.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere now.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, so to our viewers and listeners, if you don't understand or know what a parkrun is, it's pretty much worldwide, where these events are held at local parks. It's a 5K Saturday morning run.
Yep.
Turn up. Does it cost? I don't think it costs.
I don't think it costs anything, no.
You just turn up, and it's a fantastic community.
Yeah.
You know? And whether you go on from a 5K or not, that's irrelevant. The fact that you get up and you move, and by doing that, you're around other people that are like-minded, and you just feed off each other.
Yeah.
And as we've said, going forward, movement, muscle mass, anything to do with physical fitness is important as you get older, or at any stage.
At any stage, correct.
Any stage of your life. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And the park runs, you don't have to run them. You can walk them. There's people with prams and things that are just dogs and that are just walking them, right? Yeah. And that's fine. That's great too. you know, and then from a walk you might evolve into running half of it, running it fully, and then like you said, a lot of people just get this bug and they just want to do more and go further.
Exactly. So first marathon, 35. We're in the 2000s.
Yep.
What was next after that?
There was a couple of marathons, and then
Do you remember? Sorry. Do you remember your time of the first one? Not that it's important.
yeah, it's not that it's
Not
important.
that it's important.
Yeah, I didn't realize how tough a marathon would be after playing football, and you know, back in those days, pre-football game might have included a couple of beers the night before and a Palmer or something like that.
Carb loading.
Carb loading. So I did that before a marathon, and I was inside the 3-hour mark coming into the last 7Ks.
Yeah.
And then just
Blew
up a little bit. Yeah. So I ran a 3:03 in my first marathon.
Mate, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it is. It was a pretty good marathon. And I've been around, I've had multiples around the 3-hour marathon mark. Now it's obviously going to be a bit slower, but I've done 9 Melbournes, and I think I ran one with a mate. I think 8 of them have been under 3:10.
Good on you, mate. That's amazing. Naturally talented.
Yes. But again, since then, how I got into ultra running is my mate and his brother-in-law, I think, were doing one of those Oxfam walks. Have you heard of those?
Yeah, well, I've done 2 of them.
You've done 2 of them? Yeah, so it's a group of 4, for those who don't know. It's a group of 4 people that
100
cover
Ks.
100 Ks. Yep. But you need to do it as a group. So you need to stay together as a group of 4. At each checkpoint, you need to leave that checkpoint as a group of 4. So I did that with a mate, and we had to find another person to join our group of 4. So we put it on one of the pages of Oxfam for people looking for a group.
Yep.
So we got a guy that come in, and he was great. And we did that one year, and then we did it the next year as well. And
I've said back it up a little bit. Back it up a bit. The first year, what time did you do? Did you run it the entire thing?
No, not at all. Again, because it's a group of 4, you just go with your slowest person, essentially. So I think it was in the 21 hours or something like that.
Okay.
And the second year was similar. It was as around the 20-something hours. But you know, whether some of us could have went quicker, it's not about that. It's about, again, you're a group and you're a team, and you just try and encourage everyone to get through the event together.
And the fundraising as well too.
The fundraising was a part of it as well. Yep. Yeah. So I did the second one, and then we were like, and in the second one we had a lady who sort of, she was a little bit slower, which is fine, but she ended up pulling out with just 7Ks to go. Oh. And we were waiting for her for quite some time while she was in with the medics and things like that. Now the last 7Ks was a tough 7Ks, a couple of big climbs and things like that. It's not like you go out and run the 7Ks in 35 minutes. It probably took us more like an hour and 25 minutes or something for that 7Ks.
And it's a mind fuck too.
Yeah, it is. It is. And then at the end of that, we just thought, and that was in maybe April or May that we did that race, and then we thought, well, why don't we just go and do 100Ks ourselves?
Yeah.
And we went down to Surf Coast Century in 2013. That was in 2013. And that was my first 100K official ultra race, I suppose. And we did the 100Ks down there, which there was 3 of us that did it, and we were sort of sticking together a little bit, but we all knew about our pace.
Oh, running it.
Yeah. And I think we did that one in about 14 hours in that space. And again, Surf Coast has been one of my sort of staple races, and I think I've done 7 of those.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All about the same pace?
No, quickest is about 12 hours.
Yep.
Slowest is about that 14 and a half, something like that.
2 hours is a big time to shave off though, isn't it?
It is.
100Ks.
It is. And in those races, we'll talk about this in a little bit as well, but everyone has a plan when they go into a race, but it never eventuates. When you're out for that long a period, and this is only 12, 14 hours, and I say only because of other races we'll talk about a little bit later in this podcast, but so much can happen in that time. You don't know how your body's going to cope. Most of the time, for me and for most runners, it's gut issues that sort of slow you down. It's digestion issues and things like that.
So if we're talking about a plan for a race, say for a 100K race, most races you're talking about nutrition, hydration,
correct,
and maybe pace.
Pace, yeah.
So you want to make sure that you've got everything ticking the boxes and ducks in a row, so that your body can continue to do what it's doing over the course of that time.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah. So nutrition's a big one, hydration's a big one, and like you said, pace, and then you might have certain rest periods and things like that you might play into your race as well.
So in a 12 or a 14-hour race, like we're talking about the ones we've just discussed, you've got stations that you hit, that you check into. Is that correct?
Correct.
So,
yeah.
And that's where you plan to rest. So you might say there's the station at a 30K mark. That's when I'm going to take my first rest.
Yep.
So a rest, what, 10, 15, 20, 30? It just depends what you think.
Yeah, it depends. Some again, people have different plans. For me, I'm very minimal in those checkpoints. So I'll come in, I might get some food into me, and then if I need a change of t-shirt or socks or something, if I've been through river crossings or something like that, you might need to change your socks at some point. I used to do that a lot, not so much anymore. I'm used to it now, so you just sort of put up with the wet feet. But I'm quite minimal in those situations and those checkpoints. I'll come in, spend as minimal time there on as I can, and then continue moving. Others might stop, sit down, have a good feed, 15, 20 minutes, get up, and then move again. So everyone's got different plans and of the way they approach races.
Yeah. Because for me personally, it's like, just get on with the job.
Yeah.
Just do what you need to do and then get on with it.
Get on with it, yeah.
And like if you stop for too long, you start to cool down and things start to change within yourself.
Yeah.
Which you've got to be careful about as well too. And then the other thing is, like, you don't want to overhydrate. You don't want to eat too much, because then that's going to affect, as you say, as you're running going forward, like having a fuller belly or as you say, with digestion issues.
Yes, yeah,
You want to minimize all that.
Yeah.
So it's a thin line between doing things exactly right and tipping over either side, that could have an effect on the outcome of the race based on your physicality.
Yeah. Again, and people get things down to the minute grams and things like that in their program. But yeah. I'm not like that at all. I sort of run to feel. I eat when I want to eat. I drink when I want to drink. That sort of thing. So, but people actually have for this period between this checkpoint and this checkpoint, I need a certain amount of grams of electrolytes. I need a certain amount of grams of carbohydrates.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Because the good thing about it is that you're either in tune. The thing is that you have to be in tune with your body for those sort of distances. You got to understand the needs and the wants, and they've got it down to a fine art.
Yes.
And they've got ADHD or they're obsessive about it, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing, and
it's preparing yourself for success.
Exactly right, and they probably just plan a little bit better than I do. I don't know, so yeah, those that preparation and those plans that you have in place, you need to have them. But you need to be adaptable as well.
Yeah.
And you need to be able to adapt for any situation that comes at you, because there will be something. Every race that I've been in, there's been something different that's come my way that you have to push through, and you have to find a way around.
Well, some of this stuff can just happen without you knowing it, like a slip of a foot, like rolling an ankle or tweaking a calf or something like that. Have you ever been in a race where you've tweaked something and then just soldiered on through the pain, or has there been a point where you've gone, hey, if I continue on, I'm going to damage myself?
No, there's only been a couple of races where I haven't finished. One was through gut issues, and I felt sick from about the 20k mark in a 100k race, and I got to about the 70k mark, and I had to sit down, and I just didn't feel I could go any further. I sort of regret that a little bit, and I've sort of...
In what way?
Just you get to a point afterwards, and like in the moment you feel like you can't do it, but then reflecting back, I was like, why didn't I just push on? Why didn't I just keep going? Like you just doubt that decision. And that's a bit of a mindset thing as well, right? And there is a point where you need to stop in races, depending on what's wrong with you. And I've watched some videos, and I'm hoping to do a race in South Australia a bit later this year. And so pre-races, I watch videos of people doing it. And so you get an idea of terrain, and they give feedback on what it's like and things like that.
That makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
And yeah, and there was a guy doing it. He's done a number of them of this race in South Australia, and he rolled his ankle in the first 20Ks or something, and he soldiered on, and it's 115K, and he soldiered on until I'm gonna say 70 or 80Ks, and then he just couldn't move anymore, and he had to pull out, right? And so there are situations, no doubt, where it just gets too bad and it's going to impact you long term. So, and he showed a picture of his ankle. It was all black and blue, imagine. And it's so, but he tried, and he didn't quite get there, but there are situations where you can get through. But I felt this situation I could have maybe got through.
So it's a mind over matter type scenario. Like in the instance that you just talked about, his mind said "fuck you" to his body, and he soldiered on to the point where his body goes, "No, fuck you."
Yeah.
The situation you were talking about with the gut issues, in hindsight, you're looking back, thinking maybe my head sort of said to my body that this is not happening.
Yeah.
So one was governing over the other.
Yeah. And it's most endurance races are all mental. Oh, and most sport is, right? When we talk about sport,
100%.
It's all mental.
Yeah.
So you need some sort of physical capability to be able to go that distance, or to even run a 5K, right? You need some sort of physical capability. But I bet if someone just got up tomorrow and said, I'm going to do a park run, and just shuffled along, they could probably get there.
Yeah, if they set their mind to it, and they just say, like, the mind's a powerful thing. As you say, you might not be up to par to complete a 5K. It doesn't matter what time it is, but if you get up and you've got the willingness to give it a go, you're halfway there.
Correct.
Yep. Mind over matter. It's an amazing tool. And
it is.
We just talked it previously with our mate Michael Zupecki, and it's just funny how this governs everything that we do, and the way it's developed over the course of billions of years, which is just insane.
Yeah, the brain is an amazing thing, right? It is a lot of mind over matter, and there's a book called Born to Run from Christopher McDougall, and it's about a culture and a tribe in the Copper Canyons in Mexico, and they're really endurance-based athletes, and it's a really interesting book. But it does talk about the evolution of humans and how we evolved, and it goes right back to the time when Homo sapiens were surviving, and after the Ice Age, and how we then become endurance-based people to survive.
Around that hunter-gatherer type
thing. Yeah. So we would, and there was a scene in the book where he actually went and hunted down a deer by foot. So it was outrunning a deer and exhausting a deer, because we are the only creatures on Earth that can breathe while we run. A dog has to stop, or to cool down via sweat while we run.
Right.
Every other animal has to stop, pant, cool down, and then can go again.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's a fun fact.
It is a fun fact.
Yeah.
So that's why we can, and he went on this, the author went on a hunt with a tribe, and it was over in Africa. I think he ended up getting over to Africa to do this. But he hunted down a gazelle by just running and exhausting the gazelle, and it collapsed.
Fuck.
and that's how they killed they got their food.
Yeah.
But they go back to even when there was creatures on Earth that were bigger and stronger than us, and how did we survive? So the Neanderthals were around with Homo sapiens, and then the Neanderthals were bigger, they were stronger, they had a bigger brain because they ate a lot of meat, and yet we survived. And the book talks about how we survived, and it was after the Ice Age, everything dried out. It was barren land. The Neanderthals couldn't hide within forests and all that sort of thing and get their food. So once the land opened up, we were able to still get our food because we could run and
hunt and gather,
like I said before, where the Neanderthals were big and slow and couldn't actually catch any food because of the wide open spaces.
Too many weights, not enough cardio.
Correct. So really interesting how the evolution has evolved. And then he went on to talk about the human brain is actually, because of our hunter-gatherer past, is actually programmed to reserve energy when we need to, because then we might need to go out and hunt, right? So we reserve energy so the brain says, no, rest. Okay, now we need to go out and hunt. We need to go. And it could be for days back then. But the issue is, as we've evolved as people and society, now our brain still is wired that way, but we don't go out and hunt. We don't have that. So we're trying to reserve our energy, but we just reserve our energy and we sit on the couch and we sit in the yeah. So it was an interesting progress into where we are today compared to where we obviously were millions of years ago, I suppose.
Yeah.
But to think that your brain's wired to reserve energy, so we do. So you need to flip that switch a little bit in your brain and say, well, no, I don't want to reserve. I want to go out and I want to be active and I want to do this. So it is that flip of the brain that you were talking about before.
The brain's it's an amazing tool. It's an amazing tool.
Yeah, if we use it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Some people just sit there and ignore the signals, don't they?
Yeah.
And I think I've talked about it previously, that as I've gotten older, I've become more consciously aware of myself and my surroundings and how I interact with everything in my ecosystem, and also about being in tune with my body, and about what my body wants and needs, and how I need to treat it going forward for longevity.
Yeah,
which is important. We've talked about that before, but
yeah, and of course, movement and physical activity will help longevity. There's a quote that I heard and I really love. It was, and I only heard it just recently. It's not about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years.
Yeah,
which I actually love. No one knows how long they've got left here, and we all try and say, oh, I want to live longer. What can I do to get healthier and live longer? But in that process, we don't want to stop living either, and we want to make sure we're adding quality life to the years we've got left.
Well, I say quality over quantity. Yep. Any day,
yeah.
And that's the thing. Once again, we just talked about this in a previous podcast with Michael. Is that, people are living older, but they're getting frail at a certain point in their life. So the quality of the extra years that they've got aren't great.
No,
and it's like, well, what's the point?
Yeah,
so we need to focus on getting ourselves further ahead years, but being healthy and fit.
Correct.
And mobile. I mean, once you lose your mobility, I mean, that's it. It's all fucking downhill. And to even think about that, like today, just it really scares me, because it's just something. It's like when I had to give up running. When you take that away from somebody, and that's what makes them fucking not so much tick, but was a big part of my life. It fucking hurts. It really hurts. And you imagine that if I couldn't walk or I had no mobility. That's so demoralising. Yeah. So demoralising going forward, and it just doesn't bear thinking about.
No, I can't comprehend what I would do if I couldn't run at this point, right?
Yeah, it's scary to think about.
It's scary to think about. Yeah. But again, you got that adaptability. How do you adapt to it? As long as you're still relatively healthy and have some level of fitness. What else can you do if you for some reason couldn't run?
But it's about adapting, isn't it?
Yeah, but when you lose your mobility and it's painful and that sort of thing, then that's when you're talking about the quality of life, I suppose.
Yeah. So the message is stay as healthy as possible for as long as you can, and that's where you're going to get that longer life.
Yep.
And that quality of life.
Correct.
Let's take a break. This podcast is brought to you by Holy Shirt Australia. Holy Shirt Australia are 100% online. They're Australia's largest no minimum custom print and embroidery company. All their services are completed in-house and they can deliver all orders promptly and professionally. They like to keep it simple and straightforward, so they offer cool stuff that can be custom printed or embroidered to your liking. They have an easy-to-use online designer to build your custom apparel from the comfort of your home or office. They offer pricing that reflects your individual order, and remember, they are no minimum on all their products. They deliver what the customer expects when they expect it. They've got over 1,500 products ready for you to custom print or embroider today, right now. So head to holyshirt.com.au for all your custom clothing requirements. Do we want to cover?
I reckon we cover off a couple of the races as well, because I wouldn't mind getting into Kokoda and having a chat, because you've done it.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's have a chat about Kokoda.
I mean, I did it completely different to you.
Yeah, but I want to hear. I also want to hear what your experience is like.
Yes.
And how the slower.
Yeah.
Like you said, you still had your head down, bum up, right? But how much time you had to actually soak in.
Yep.
At camps and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
You know, so I would love to hear some of that from you
compared
to the way I did it.
Yeah, exactly. Because for me, it was like every day was a job that needed to be done, and it was to get from here to here.
Yep.
And you knew what was involved along the way. You knew that you're going to eat then and blah, blah, blah. So it was, for me, it was like, and because I was managing a fucked hip as well too. So it was all about managing pain and managing nutrition and stuff.
Yeah, and we can talk through that, because like there's been races where I've gone to at the start with a sore knee.
Yeah.
And it's a 50K ultra. And I'm like, oh, geez, how am I going to get through this? So how do I do it? You know?
Yeah.
So that sort of stuff.
Well, that's the difference between me and you, because I would wake up and I go, all right, I've got an injury. If I try to run this event, there's a high chance of failure.
Yep.
And it's like, well, why set out to do something that you're going to fail at? So you basically, you're losing before you start.
Yep.
So I would, my rational, the way I think, I would go, all right, I'm going to mitigate that disappointment. I'm going to go back and I'm going to start fresh and get myself prepared.
Yep.
Better than what I am today to come back and do the job properly. Yeah. That's how I think.
Yeah. And that's a fine way to think, right? But
of course.
But
not everybody thinks that way.
Not everybody thinks that way.
No.
And if you're always waiting for the perfect time to start something, you may never do it. So you sometimes you might not be in the best condition, or you might not be in the right. It might not be the right time, but sometimes you just need to take that leap and take that step. And like I said, I had a bit of a sore knee, but I understood my body and I knew what the knee issue was, and I've had it before, and I know it's a bit of bursitis in there. I know I can get through that.
Yeah.
So I knew what it was.
It wasn't new.
It wasn't new to me.
Yeah.
But
it didn't catch you out.
No. But it was painful to start, and I was limping, and I limped through most of the race.
see, to me, that's torture. But anyway.
Yeah, but I got it done, and it's just different mindsets. But sometimes, if you keep putting things off, will it ever come? Yeah, true. Will you ever do it?
I get it. Hey, so first half, how do you think you went first half? We had a couple of brain farts in that one that we obviously edited out.
Yes, we
but
did.
it happens to the best of us, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. I saw the look of disappointment on your face, like, fuck, I brain farted.
Yeah, I did.
Because I've never done it before.
No.
You were fantastic last time.
The first one I just flowed through, and how easy. And this one I was just trying to recall some stuff, and it just went.
Mate, you had an early start with the Socceroos.
Correct.
I get it. It happens to the best of us, mate. We're all humans.
Yep.
We're all natural. So at halftime, did we do Dead or Alive last time?
We did.
All right, so you're back for a second.
Back for a second round of Dead or Alive.
So this one we've got a brand new opener. This one. So we had last weekend we had our live event, which was to celebrate our 4th year in the studio.
Yep.
You saw the invite to that. You were busy.
Yeah.
Apologies,
I couldn't make it. Yeah.
Mate, it was fantastic. It was a fantastic night. Everybody.
Where was that held?
We had it at Liberty Brewing in Mornington.
Yep.
Not Mornington, Moorabbin. And it was a great venue, great people, great crowd. Everybody had fun. I did a good job. Very few brain farts, which weren't very noticeable. But apart from that, everybody had a great night. So what we did is we did a Dead or Alive segment, which was basically on steroids for the live crew. It was a live event. We didn't record it, and the reason why we didn't record it was that, okay, if you don't turn up, you miss out.
Yep.
So that was the idea behind that. So this Dead or Alive is like the worst of the worst, or is it the best of the best? I'll let you
Let's
decide.
have a look.
Dead or alive.
Oh, pause that, Matty.
That's
a great opening clip, isn't it?
yeah.
Have you ever thrown up on a trail?
Many times, yes. Many times.
Have you ever shit your pants?
No.
Luckily, touch wood.
Not on a trail race,
Yeah.
but you have to find a toilet sometimes whilst out running. And sometimes there's no toilet, so you need to find somewhere. But you always find somewhere for that. But throwing up, yes, you can't help that. You need to do it. So yes, I've done that in plenty of races.
This looks like trouble brewing, doesn't it?
Yeah. You can see that's not going to work.
Just the scream. The scream. You should have had your seatbelt on, mate. He would have been fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Carry on, man. Always pay attention to your surroundings.
Someone's head in there.
Masturbating's really important to you.
Yeah, it is. It keeps me sane. I'm a good citizen. I'm a good father. I recycle and I masturbate. And I'm proud of it. And God's happy. And later I'm going to masturbate and I'm going to think about you. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's just snapped. That's ugly.
That's not a mere dislocation, isn't it?
No.
That's like tendons just gone ping. Oh my God.
That had a bone.
Yeah.
How did that not
That's
come
the-
out of the skin there?
That's the tibia and the fibia at the bottom poking out.
That's one of the worst I've seen. Oh, that's horrible. Oh no.
Jesus Christ. I laugh nervously. Don't get me wrong. This is not giving me any enjoyment at all. Oh fuck. Matty, did you put this one in, mate?
that
was
was
it Ash? Thanks, Ash. We tried to give everybody something in this.
Don't put your wiener in the peanut butter.
Put your wiener in the peanut butter.
Don't put your wiener in the peanut butter.
Yeah.
Okay, so I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass, and this is part 2 of me retrieving them out of my ass. Ooh, some of them come out really fast. Ooh, that's a lot.
You're gonna have to watch out who you send this link to, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Think I
Do you want
still
me
have
to
a
edit
few
this part
left in
out?
there. But yeah, I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass, and then I took them all out again. Thanks for watching. Let me know what candy I should do next.
Make sure you whisk those eggs, okay? You whisk them real good. That's how you do it.
It's not worth it. Be very vigilant around sexy ladies. They're trying to get you into the vagina. And once you're in there, that could be curtains.
We were talking about our teenage boys. It's a trap. It's a trap. Oh. This is actually me working out at the local gym, mate.
Yeah.
What's this? You had lunch?
What are they?
Oh, they're like hoo-hoo grubs. Oh, está bien. Whiskey throttle.
That's why I don't mountain bike.
There's a lot of things to hit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. He looks like the president of Ukraine, doesn't he?
He does a bit.
Yeah.
I'm fucking bleeding. I'm fucking bleeding. I'm bleeding on my fucking balls, dude.
Oh.
This is that boy all grown up. Oh. That's an outfit, isn't it?
Stop moving. Hold it up. Hold it up. Hold it up. Legend, come in.
He's going inside.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And you got to say, you know about natural selection, mate. That's exactly what that's all about. I don't know what this is all about. The suspense is killing me.
Ah. Oh.
You like to fish?
Yeah. Oh no. Was that real? Is that AI?
That was real. That was real.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I want to get the fuck out of here.
The fuck out of here.
Why don't you get the fuck out of here?
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Get me the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
That was 7.5 minutes of pure entertainment. Well, I think when you send the link off for this podcast, just give people a warning at the halfway mark.
Yeah, yeah. There's something different at the halfway mark.
It was funny watching the crowd last Saturday night. We had the screen up behind me, and I was just looking at everybody's reaction.
Yeah,
and there was something for everybody in there.
Of course there is. Yeah.
Oh, I've got water in my eyes. And you know my algorithm on my it's absolutely fucked trying to source and collate this sort of
stuff.
Yeah,
we're talking about the content on social
media
earlier.
There's like so much available.
Yeah.
Like skateboard and mountain bike accidents and just people breaking bones. And the thing is that once you start liking stuff, so you go on, you go, I like that video. You might download stuff, and then the algorithm just hands up the same type of stuff.
Keeps repeating,
and it just gets you just get just overwhelmed with all this stuff, and it seems to escalate. Obviously, the stuff that we're looking at, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And some of the stuff you go, I don't want to look at this anymore. And then you got to like some cat videos just to even it all out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that.
Yes, that was good. Thank you.
It was fun. Hey, before we went to the break, we were talking about your history with regards to the ultra marathons, your running history, where you've come from, where you are, where you're at now. So, for you personally, you're at a point in your career where, and we talked earlier about, we have talked about taking stock of where you're at and what you're doing, because a lot of these runs that you do are in fantastic environments, in these mountain ranges. Like we talked about in Kokoda, about taking stock and stopping and just taking it all in. And you said to me that you personally now, at the point in your career, this is important to you to do that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Like when you start out, you think, I need to race this. I need to get a PB. I need to go as quick as I can. What can I get a podium finish? Can I get in top 10? All that sort of thing, depending on the race. But so you just head down, bum up, like you said before, and just try and get through the race as quick as you can. And you actually miss a lot of the environment that you're running through. So after COVID, I sort of changed my mindset a little bit to the way I approach all the races that I do. It's now more about enjoying the experience, and if I take half an hour longer, or an hour longer in the run, but I take in the environment while I'm there, then that's far better than me not taking it in. Because some of the places that you run through, people will never see. They just won't get there. And so for me to run through it and not appreciate it and take stock of it, like you said,
it's lost.
It's just lost, and it's like an insult to nature. To nature, right? And
do you remember that? Do you remember that you said COVID? Do you remember there was a catalyst? Was there a conscious decision where you said, okay, there needs to be a shift in my mindset? And do you remember why that shift in mindset came around?
Yeah, there was actually a race that I was doing, and it was a shorter ultra. It was a 43K ultra up in the Dandenong. It's called Roller Coaster.
I've done that.
Yeah. It's a 20.
Well, not the 43. I've done the shorter version.
Yeah, it's a 21.5K loop.
That's the one.
They've extended that out a little bit now, just a different course, but at the time it was a 21.5, and I was into my second loop, and it was early, like mid morning, and I was running, and I just sort of stopped, and I didn't stop, but I just sort of looked up, and I'm like, there's people that aren't even out of bed yet, and look where I am, and this is where I'm running, and that sort of just changed my mindset a little bit to think. From then on, it was like, well, why don't I appreciate this more?
That's only so the Dandenong's, for people that are listening, it's 40 minutes away from the CBD in Melbourne.
Yep.
And it is absolutely stunning. And as you say, some of those trails that you're running on, people would never see.
No.
They're not going to get out of bed on a Saturday morning and specifically seek that out.
No.
And as you say, it's hey, horses for courses. Everybody's got their own journey. But as you say, to not appreciate where you're at, just seems disrespectful.
Yeah. So that was sort of the catalyst that changed my mindset, and since then my races have been slower, but does that matter?
Quality over quantity.
Correct. But I'm appreciating the environment that I'm running through a lot more.
Has that reflected through to your own personal life? That mindset? Can you see what you're doing with your running change the way you think in your everyday life, whether it's your coaching or whether it's with your family or whether it's relationship with your son or your wife?
Yeah, I think it as you get older, you sort of start to do that anyway. I think you start to appreciate the moments more. So through coaching and through family, it is about appreciating moments and days that you have, and not just letting them slide through and not taking notice of them and not being thankful for them, because when you're young, you just sort of flow through life and a day is a day and you go through and whatever happens, happens, right? But as you get older, and maybe it was an age thing that brought this on, I don't know, right?
I'd probably say it was, yeah. Because as you say, you get to a point where you appreciate time and you appreciate moments.
Yeah.
Because it seems that as you get older, things tend to speed up. The days aren't as long, or the years aren't as long.
The years are flying past at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, as a 20-year-old kid, fuck, the world's your oyster.
Yeah.
And so be it. That's the way it is. And I think life's designed that way. Society has designed it that way, which is a good and bad thing. Be a kid, be a 20-year-old, appreciate what you've got then, but as things start to speed up as you get older, appreciate the time that you've got left.
Yes. Yeah. So it might have been an age thing, but it wasn't a catalyst in age. It wasn't I turned 40 or I turned 50 or anything like that. There was no specific age bracket that I thought.
Sorry, did we talk about your age? Do you mind? How old are you?
That's a good question. 51. 51.
Oh, you're in your 50s.
I'm in my 50s.
So there was no catalyst, because obviously for
No.
a lot of men there's a catalyst at 50. They go buy a sports car. They go fucking do what they need to do to I don't know. There's a list other than buying the sports cars that people do.
Yes.
You'd want to hope that, like me, they get to a point where they appreciate the time that they have left, or the perceived time that they have left.
Yeah.
That you don't want to waste time, and you want to appreciate the stuff, even if it's a meal with your family. You should appreciate that sort of stuff and not take it for granted.
Yeah. It's the little things now. Yeah, it's the little things in life, and just you celebrate every day. Not that you're going to die tomorrow.
Yeah.
Most of us, but you just your time left as you're getting older.
Yeah.
Lessons.
But I think that
you
mindset,
get
that if you've got a definite shift at whatever point to the mindset of you need to appreciate what you've got going forward, that just is going to bode well for you and everybody around you.
Yeah.
You want to be positive. You want to have a great outlook, and all the stuff that we've talked about and we all talk about here at LUID is an important ingredient in the cake mix. You have to make sure that you've got that quality of life.
Yeah.
And you're content and you're happy. A lot when it comes down, a lot of it's just about being happy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
So for you going forward, what's on the agenda for you? You've got some races coming up, because I want to talk about the preparation mentally, physically that you do for a race, because anybody that's listening, they understand 42.2 Ks. They understand a marathon is a fucking great effort, and then you're talking about 80, 100, 160 Ks, which to me is just a mind fuck. It would be great if my body could do that, because that would be a challenge I would set for myself. But
Yep.
I know those days are gone. You can still do it, which is fantastic. The next race you've got on the calendar, when's that?
It'll be October 24th.
Which event's that?
It's a Haysen Trail in South Australia. So
Haysen,
Heysen.
Yep.
Trail in South Australia. It runs from just near Mount Barker, just east.
Do you want to rip up a map for us, Matty?
Just east of Adelaide, and it runs down through to Victor Harbour, down the south of South Australia.
How many Ks are you doing?
So it's 115 Ks, but that's day one. And then day two, there's a 53K race. So it'll actually end up being the miler.
The miler.
Yeah. So, but it's a bit of a different miler for me, because there is that gap in between.
That's normal? That's not normal for a miler, or is the format different to what other people do?
Yeah. So these are two separate races.
Yep.
Essentially, there's a 115K race and a 53K race the next day, and it'll just be.
Oh, there it is on the screen. That's the map of the event. Is that correct, Matt?
That's the Haysen Trail.
Yeah.
It's not so much the map. It's like this is walking South Australia.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's around this trail.
Yeah. That's the bottom half of the trail, but it starts sort of up
Oh,
up
okay.
north.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's sort of the 53k.
This is
group
saying
down
it's
there.
only around 72 kilometres.
Yep.
So you're talking further up.
Yeah. You go further up north to.
can you go out in that map? Can you monitor? Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So whereabouts would you start?
Further
up.
Yeah, further up.
Just tell us when to stop.
Can you see
Keep
it there?
going.
So you got another 115 k's on top of that, yeah.
Yeah. So see where Mount Parker is there? Yeah, around
you
there.
go.
So just south of that we start, and then it goes. It sort of goes down towards Victor Harbour.
Does it go inland down, or does it go out to the coast and down?
No, it goes inland. So if you draw a line, sort of not quite
over
straight
all,
down,
over
but
all those mountains and shit.
Yeah, that's
of course. why,
It's not flat.
Why take the easy route?
Yeah.
when you can go over mountains and
Correct.
shit. Wow.
So yeah, the general format for a 100 miler is just to run the 100 miles straight.
course.
So it's 160 k's
Yep.
straight. You don't get a break in between.
Which we're talking, did we say 14 hours, 12, 14 hours?
No, that was for the 100K.
Oh,
that
right.
I did.
Oh,
so
shit. So 160 is going to be what, 18?
yeah, you'd think, wouldn't you?
Uh,
No.
No?
No.
What are we talking for a 100 miler? For 160 k's?
Generally, what I've found is if you do the 100K in 14, you nearly double that for the 160.
Oh, shit.
So it's more like a 30-hour
Yeah.
course, or 28-hour course. To give you an idea of some milers that I've done, I went and did the Kosciuszko miler last year, and I did that in about 31 hours. The miler before that, I did Kosciuszko, but it was shortened. So let's not include that. And then I did the GPT 100, which is through the Grampian Peaks Trail, from Mount Zero through to Dunkeld, with massive elevation. But that took me 42 hours to do.
Just because of the elevation?
Elevation and the terrain through the Grampians. It's very rocky. There's not many...
No trails.
No trails as such. So even navigation through the night, when it was a bit misty and you got your head torch on, you're looking just for a little yellow
marker
on the rock somewhere.
You're not hanging map. You haven't got maps. It's all about trail marker.
It's about trail marker. You do have maps on your phone, so if you get lost,
Yeah.
you've got navigation on your phone nowadays to sort of say, oh shit, I'm off track. I need to go back this way to get back on the track and things. So if you're ever unsure, you've always got a map on you.
Well, you'd know pretty quickly that you're off track because you don't see the next marker, do you? Because the markers are 50 meters, 100 meters.
Oh no, it
200
depends on where you are. Like some races, they mark the course really well, and there might be markers every few hundred meters. But in terrain like the Grampians, for example, they do a great job of marking it, but there are trail markers already there.
Yeah.
The Bibbulum track over in the WA was also similar. They relied a lot on the actual trail markers that are there from the parks, so from Parks Victoria or whoever puts the markers there. So you're following them, but yeah, sometimes navigation's difficult.
Have you ever gotten lost?
I wouldn't. No, not lost. I've had to use my map a few times in race just to
stay on course.
Yeah. I think the worst time I got lost was maybe down in the south of WA, and there's a couple of ways to go, and we sort of went through one way, and then we come to a dead end, and we weren't sure whether we could climb up there or not, so we just looked at the map and we realised we were off course, and we went backtrack. And
how annoying is that? It's like, oh fuck, how long have we got? Backtrack and
but I haven't been off course too bad. That was only a few hundred meters, right? So I haven't gone kilometres and kilometres off track and then had to come back and find my way.
Yeah, because that'd be demoralising.
That is demoralising, yeah.
So the event that we're talking about in Adelaide that we saw, 115 k's one day.
Yep, and then I'll have a sleep, maybe 5-6 hours or something like that, and then get up and do the 53k.
So what's the preparation leading up to an event like that? Give me your training schedule. Give me your nutrition. Tell me what your mindset.
Yeah, so training schedule, I've got a good base. I just hold a good base naturally. So I'm running 100Ks a week regardless.
In training,
regardless if I've got an event or not. So
are we talking about small runs with a long run, or are we talking about...
Just mainly consistent runs. So 12 to 15 Ks a day.
Okay.
I'll get, and I might get a bit longer on the weekend or something like that. So at the moment, it's just consistent runs. Unfortunately, the area we live in, you know what it's like. There's not too much elevation around here.
No.
It's very
You got to travel for that, don't you?
So we have to travel. So as we sort of move over the next few months, there'll be training through the Dandenongs, maybe go down to Warburton and do Mount Donabuang.
It's gorgeous down there, isn't it?
It's gorgeous, yes.
Yeah.
But it's a really good climb up there. And
do you go over the
quite good
Yuyangs at all? Or?
Yeah, I've done some races over the Yuyangs.
Yeah. Yeah, we mountain bike over there. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So the Yuyangs course, the Yuyangs race I did. I've done a couple, but the 105K.
Oh, there's actually a race over there, is it?
Yeah, there's a few races. So it's Yuyangs Hardcore, I think it's called. There's a 100 miler, 100K, 42K, 50K, something like that. So I did an 80K one year, and then I went back and did 105. The 80K was actually quite good because it took in different sort of loops, but the 105 was just 5 loops of the 21K track.
Yeah,
which was probably one of the more difficult races to do because
it's just a bit of a mindfuck, isn't it?
It's a bit repetitive. Yeah. So,
hey, before we go any further, sorry, I've got to give a shout out because I talked to you about the event that you're doing, Grampians.
Yep.
There's another event called Peaks and Trails.
Yep.
And a good friend of mine, Lee MacArthur. Shout out to you and your team. Their event's coming up shortly. We, Holy Shirt, helped them out with their finishing caps, and we've been doing it for years.
Yep.
It's a fantastic event, fantastic part of the country in Dunkeld.
It's beautiful.
So you haven't done that. I think the largest loop or the largest event is 50K.
Yep.
So that slots into that ultra because it's over 42, like we said.
Yeah.
But it says shout out to her and her crew. All the best for the coming event. It's gorgeous down there, and I'll come back and see you soon. I promise.
I think they've got shorter races too, and I think they've even got a kids race that does about 2Ks or something.
Yeah. I've done. I think I've done the 20. I did the 21K.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did with it.
Yeah, and there's probably a 10K and
10, 21, 40, and 50. I think.
Yep.
But yeah, as I said, it's just a gorgeous part of the world down there. And if you've never been to Dunkeld or you've never been to the Grampians, do yourself a fucking favour. Take the kids, chuck them in the car and just drive down there.
Yeah.
It's 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous part of the world.
There's plenty of hiking trails down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, as I said, so we were talking about that Grampians race, and I said that we went to, what's the town? Halls Gap. Halls Gap, another gorgeous, I think that's about 40 minutes or something out of Dunkeld. And we did that hike, which was, did you say the Pinnacle?
Yeah, it would have been up to the Pinnacle.
Through the back of the camping ground up. And it was just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, do yourself a favour if you haven't got down there. It's not hard.
It's a beautiful place. Yeah. A beautiful part of the world.
So, preparation for the race coming up.
Yeah. So training preparation will now involve obviously getting out to more mountains, more elevation, and things like that. And
how many months out are we out from the event?
Maybe 100 days or something. So three and a bit months.
Do you calendar like you should with a marathon? So we're hitting specific targets over the weeks leading up to the race.
No,
or for you with what you're doing, because I understand you're telling me that you've got this baseline of physical fitness that, by the sounds of it, you can just do this shit all day, every day. This is what you do.
Yeah,
that's what your mind and your body is designed to do.
I couldn't just go out and do 100. Oh well, I can't. I won't say I couldn't. I'd struggle to go out and just do 100 miler tomorrow, right? But
yeah, but you would never do that. What I'm saying is that if you've never done a marathon before, you've got to go through these processes to get to that point. And I think, I was talking about it earlier, where you train for a marathon by doing at most 32 Ks.
Correct. Yeah.
Which when you think about it, if you've done a marathon before, is insane. You've got to run 32 Ks, but that's the preparation before you do another 8 Ks on top of that. And anything can happen in that 8K period.
Mm.
It's like you're telling your body, all right, you know how to do 32, but fuck, today we're going to do 42, another 10 Ks on top of that. You know, and you're telling your body to go through this same process and to repeat the process for another 10 Ks, hoping it's not going to fucking fail. And that's a lot of times in that last part of the marathon where people do fail. from bad nutrition or not enough electrolytes or
and it's also just when the body starts breaking down around that 30, 35K mark.
Your body breaks down, and then your mind goes, well hold on a tick. Are we strong enough mentally to just keep doing this? And as we talked about earlier, mind over matter. It's like, sure, your body's breaking down. A lot of people, I think, that have trained that, they've done that much work to get to a marathon, they don't want to fail.
No.
And that's the beauty. I think that's the beauty of that marathon mindset. So I've done all this work to do a marathon. I don't want to fail.
No.
And if it's another hour on the road, I'm going to fucking do it.
You'll do it.
I'm going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. Back to you, and as I said, your baseline physical fitness, you're basically maintaining that baseline leading up to an event. And as you say, you're going to chuck in more hills and you're going to do more longer runs, hill work to prepare for it. So what's the maximum amount kilometre-wise that you're going to do prior to the event?
In one
session?
Run? Yeah.
Yeah. Does it peak like you would with a marathon to the 32K and then you're ready to go?
Yeah, it does, depending on the distance of the race. So for this particular one, where let's just say it's 100 mile that I've got to run.
100 mile
for
full
the
stop.
For the South Australia race.
So
leading
you're doing
into
100.
one,
you're doing 115, and then you do another
53.
Yeah.
The next day. So that I'll do I'll probably do a trail marathon. I'll do other events, and that will help me get prepared for a particular event. So it helps with the preparation leading in, and it also gives me the community around me to run with. They'll be shorter, so the first one will be a 42. Then I'll probably do a 50. I might get 100 in, maybe, but if not, it'll be another 50. And then I'm going to do the Melbourne Marathon again this year. So there'll be probably 4 organised runs that I'll do. 3 of them this year will be trails, ranging between 42 and 100. In lead up to a 100-mile race.
Well, those trails are important because you want that elevation, don't you?
You want the elevation and just the technicality of a trail too.
Yeah.
There's different running.
Yeah.
It's not just, you're not just constantly striding at the same stride length. You need to, tiptoe around rocks and jump over things, and
that's what we were saying earlier about keeping your head down and concentrating on what you're doing. Like you can pound the pavements all you want on zero elevation. And you're not going to trip or roll an ankle or put a foot wrong. You really got to concentrate. And for me personally, from what I remember, it's physically demanding because of that mental agility that you need to make sure that you're putting your body in the right position and your feet in the right position.
Yep.
Dancing over rocks, avoiding, divots and ruts and stuff like that.
Yep. Roots and things like
that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be the lead up to this race, as far as training prep goes, and it's not an exact science for me. Again, it's what I can fit into the week and what my weekends look like. And
well, you're a busy man, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, yes and no. Like there's a lot of sport stuff that goes on, but once football season finishes, I get a bit more. My weekends sort of free up a little bit. But so at the moment it's tough to sort of get out for longer runs in the Dandenongs or Yuyangs or down at Warburton or anywhere like that. So that'll come.
Are those longer runs generally on a Saturday or a Sunday?
Yeah,
the same day as you'd have the event.
Yeah.
So you're training your body to, this is the time of the week that we do long runs.
Yeah.
And that's why they're called long runs.
Yes, correct. And it's a time factor as well. You got work and stuff during
of
the
course.
week, and you just have more freedom on weekends.
Be nice to have no job and just do that all day, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. It would. It'd be nice.
We're living in the real world.
Yes, correct.
Somebody's got to pay the bills. So you've obviously got a plan lead up like you should or would have with a marathon. So the maximum that you're going to run prior to that, would you say 50 Ks?
It'll be between 50 and 100, but I think this time it'll probably be the 50.
So leading up to the event, obviously you're travelling to it. You're jumping on a plane.
I'll probably drive over.
Drive over. Yep. And then throughout that period, you're making sure that your nutrition, your hydration is on point? Are you anal? We talked about that earlier. Are you anal with everything? I say anal. Are you precise with everything leading up to it? Like, I need this much protein and this many carbohydrates, this many meals a day, or is it just something that's natural to you because you've been doing it for so long?
Yeah, it's more natural feel, and I don't like to change the diet too much leading into a race either.
If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
Yeah.
You don't want to chuck any spice in there.
No, exactly. No curries.
There's no vindaloo. Yeah.
No. But yeah, I try and keep it pretty casual. I'm not a precise analyzer of carbohydrates and proteins and that sort of thing. It's just, if I can get the calories in on race day, and like you carb load a little bit before the race just to make sure you've got some stores of carbohydrates in your body. But
so what's important during the race? It's those readily available carbohydrates, aren't they?
Yeah. It's
protein when it comes to endurance, protein is irrelevant.
I wouldn't say irrelevant, but
No?
it's not as highly sought after as your quick fix carbohydrates, and your sugars and things like that. So,
we're talking the gels,
lollies,
snakes. I like the snakes.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the checkpoints in races, and we spoke about checkpoints before. So every 10 to 15 k's, there's generally somewhere. They stock them really well,
and they do it from memory. Flat Coke.
Yeah,
Coca-Cola as well
so
too.
there's a lot of Coke and lemonades and even ginger beers at checkpoints now. They've got chips, they've got fruit cakes, they've got lollies, they've got sandwiches, they've got buns. So there's a whole range of things that they've got available.
Yeah. And it's just about those quick absorbing carbohydrates.
Yeah.
That's what you want to fuel your body.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they'll have some electrolyte drink there as well. Generally a sponsored electrolyte drink will be there. And with water that you can fill for hydration. Most people have their own stocks of what they're comfortable with, and obviously you carry a pack in ultra races. So
I was going to say that was going to be my question. Do you wear a pack or like a belt? Because you can get those belts that've got the pockets with the little water canisters and and stuff. And so you've got a pack. So you prefer to have a pack on your back?
Well, depending on the race.
Oh, because they've also got those vests as well too. The hydration vest.
It's a hydration vest essentially.
That's what you're wearing.
Yes. Most races have mandatory gear that you need.
Yeah.
So you'll need to take a snake bandage. You'll need a wet weather jacket. You'll need maybe thermal pants and thermal tops. So depending on the race, there's a whole heap of mandatory gear that you need to carry with you. So
which makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. A space blanket, emergency kit, those sort of things in case something goes wrong.
Yeah.
So you need somewhere to carry it. You've got your hydration pack. I've got a 12 litre. Some people, my mate's got a 15 litre. It just depends what you're comfortable with and how much you want to carry.
12 litres.
Mm.
So a litre of water is 1 kg. 12 kgs.
Mm.
It's a lot to haul around, isn't it?
Yeah,
When you think about it that way.
Yeah,
because I'm going back to Kokoda because, and we'll get to this shortly. I carried my pack, so I knew what was in my pack, and then of course every litre of water you carried up and above that was another kg.
Yep.
So it was like, when's my next stop? When can I get water again? How many extra kgs of fluid do I want to take over this next course?
Yeah.
So when you talk about 12 litres, that equates to 12 kgs.
Sort of, but what you've got in there with the bandages and the lightweight running tops and things like that. The 12
kgs was total
12 litres is
capacity. Not 12 litres of fluid.
Correct.
Right.
Correct, yeah. Most races you need to carry between 1 to 3 litres of fluid with you.
Yeah, which is,
depending on
1 to 3 kgs.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
My bad. I was thinking that's a lot of water to carry on your back. 12 kgs.
Not 12 litres of water. That's just the capacity of the packs, yeah.
So your mindset going into these races, I mean, do you get nerves? I mean, everybody, it's normal for people to get nerves prior to a race. Do you got to like shit 3 or 4 times before you?
No, not so much now.
No? But you did in the old days, didn't you?
Yeah, I did in the old days.
Yeah. You have us to the best of us.
Yeah.
You prepare because everybody has their routine, and that's so. If we go back to those long runs, in my experience, there's a reason why you have a schedule and you have your long runs at the weekend, because that's how you train and that's how you're going to race.
Yep.
So you've got a preparation leading into that long run, which is equates to a race day.
Yep.
So you get up, you have your nutrition, whatever that is. You try to get a poo out, and then you hope something doesn't happen prior to the race that you need to evacuate again.
Yep.
Which is just inconvenient, to be quite honest. But it's better than carrying it around.
Correct.
But yeah, you want to get your ducks in a row so that's out of the equation early.
Yeah.
So that obviously doesn't happen to anyone. You've been around the block enough. You know how your body reacts. You know what you need. Still no racing?
A little sometimes. Unknown races. Sometimes I might.
So
feel
it's
a
just
little
the
nervous
anxiety,
and,
the fear of the unknown.
The anxiety of what's ahead. Probably the last really like gut turning nerves I had was at the Grampians race, and we were driving in towards the Grampians, and it was my first 100-mile race, and I just looked at the Grampians and the breadth and the width and the height of them.
Or just been overwhelming.
And my stomach just dropped, and I was like, can I do this? And I had, there was just that little doubt in the back of your mind that oh geez, this isn't gonna be easy. And to be fair, it wasn't. But that was probably the last time I really had massive, that turning of the stomach, thinking, my God.
It's a natural reaction, isn't it?
Yeah.
You say it's the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
And then once you complete it, and that overwhelming sense of achievement, and it's like, fuck, why was I feeling that way?
Yeah.
Whereas it's just a natural human reaction. Thanks for listening to our latest episode of LUID State of Mind. Don't forget to head to our website, LUIDStateOfMind.com, for all our previous podcast episodes and, of course, our famous merch. We've just released a new range of merchandise, and there's something for everyone. So head to LUIDStateOfMind.com and buy something today. Kokoda, mate.
Yes, Kokoda.
I've done Kokoda.
Yes.
You've done Kokoda.
Yes.
2 completely different experiences.
Probably.
Yep. So I did the normal way with a pack on my back and 7 or 9 days.
Yep.
So it's about 100 Ks in total.
It's just on 96 Ks, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So you ran yours, didn't you?
Well, when you say run, you've been over the terrain. It's not running the whole time, but we ran when we could, and it was more a 2.5 day adventure for me.
Insane.
Compared to a 9 day.
Yeah.
So
did you get to stop and smell the roses?
I did a little bit, because luckily or unluckily, I don't know how to put this, but I've got a mate who I've done a lot of runs with.
Do you want to shout out to him?
Yeah, Grant Wallace. He's can I delve into him a little bit?
Let's do it, mate.
Yeah.
He sounds like an intriguing cat.
He is.
If he's anything like you, man.
Well, he's a bit different to me, but he come, and this is getting back to the fact that anyone can do this. Many years ago, he was overweight. He would smoke his pack of Winnies a day.
Fuck.
He would drink. He was probably I think he was on the bongs as well. So he was just in a bad place. And
how old are we talking?
He would have been in
30s,
his 30s, I reckon. He's a year or two older than me,
which is not unusual for a lot of men in that part of their life.
Yeah,
is it?
Yeah.
There's this little rut that a lot of males get caught in.
Yep.
And as you say, they chuck on the weight. They're not eating properly.
Yep.
Drinking too much.
Yeah, and he was smoking a lot, and he didn't know where to go with his life, and he thought, well, I want to become a fiery. And
they don't take any old
no. So
slob,
he had to get fit, but he was And he tells a story one night. He was just sitting around a campfire or something with mates smoking and stuff, and he just took one last puff of a cigarette, put it out, and in his mind he's just like, I'm done.
Good.
I'm done.
Yeah.
And since then he's he got into just running a little bit, running around the block, walking around the block to start probably, running around the block, then running a bit further. And fast forward, he did Kokoda with me in the 2.5 days. He's run 100K races with me. So it's a testament to show that anyone can go from a low base to whatever they want to, really.
Yeah.
We talk about mindset, and it's just focusing
and that catalyst as well too.
At that catalyst, yes. Yeah. And it's also, it's not going to happen overnight, and nothing good does.
No.
So
not at all.
It's small steps, and if it is a walk around the block and a run around the block to start, and then you
it's one foot in front of the other,
and you just keep doing a little bit more each day and a little bit more each day, and all of a sudden, you might have ran where you ran nothing. If you do 1K a day. And increase that by a few hundred meters every day, all of a sudden over a year, you might have ran 1,000 Ks all of a sudden.
Well, good on him.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic story.
It's a fantastic story to tell, because he's now, like, he's still running ultra races when he's in his 50s, like in his mid 50s. So
that's fantastic.
Going back to Kokoda, he was with me. So he's a little bit slower than me, which is great because it sort of slows me down, and when we run together, and we didn't race this. It was all about us being together on the trail, and we've done multiple races where we just run together. We enjoy the track together. As I said, my mindset changed at a certain time, but so he was a bit slower, so I was able to probably just enjoy it a little bit and smell the roses. If I was racing it like some of the other people there, I wouldn't have experienced it anywhere near.
And that would have been a disjustice.
Correct.
It would have been a crime.
Yeah. And I probably didn't get the whole experience because we were going so fast through the course and through the trail. I definitely want to go back, and I want to take Will, my son, over there, because we'll get into the emotional side and the historic side of it a little bit. But
well, it's a rite of passage for a lot of Australians.
Yeah.
When you think about the history of Kokoda, it's part of it has been an Australian, not so much a Kiwi, although I think some Kiwis were there.
Yeah, they were.
It's more so. It's an Australian, as I said, rite of passage. Fathers, sons. Some of the stories that I've heard. I mean, you'd want to hope that you've got a really good relationship with your son. I think doing an event or doing doing something like Kokoda is going to doing an event like Kokoda would just cement the bond that you have with your son.
Yeah.
Through the journey and the stories, it's humbling.
It is.
It's humbling, and when you and for me personally, I was very nonchalant about it. I'd not done a lot of research, but I knew that I was going to be educated throughout the course of the journey through Kokoda. And you think back to those young men that fought on that track, and the adversity and the mud and the rain and just the enemy, and it's just some of the stories were just mind-blowing. You think that if I was born 50 years earlier, that could have been me. That could have been me. It could have been a mate. It could have been a family member. And to think that somebody that you know close or personally had to go through that experience, you can't grasp the concept of what they would have went through.
No.
It's just insane.
And to think that, like, you look at the youth of today, to think there was 16, 17-year-old kids putting their hands up to go over there and fight.
And we talk about resilience.
Yeah.
You want to hope that your kids got resilience, but put them in a fucking jungle with a meter of mud and canvas clothing with a rifle. Fuck.
Yeah.
I love my son. I love my son. Do I think that he would rise to the occasion? I hope he would. But fuck, to even think or put him in that situation, it doesn't bear thinking about.
No,
does
no,
it?
no, it doesn't nowadays. It doesn't at all. But the history of it was one thing that amazed me, and even though we went through the trail so quickly, it was recommended to us to study up on the history of Kokoda prior to going over. And one of the books I read was from Peter Fitzsimmons, and he wrote a book or
Rugby player, famous rugby player.
Yeah, famous rugby player, and a great author. And he wrote a fantastic book that sort of took in both sides of it, took in the Japanese and the Australian side of Kokoda and the events that happened along the trail. And it was, so when we were going through the trail, we'll get to certain points and we'd get to, Isarava or whatever, or where it was, or the top of Mount Brigade, and we'll go, oh, this happened here. And I'll just reflect back on the book and say, oh, and my mate hadn't done any of that. So I would be sort of telling him what happened at these certain points.
And this is playing out in your mind, and you're visualizing this happening in front of you at the place that it actually happened.
Yeah.
That's a mind fuck.
Yeah,
Isn't
I know.
It? It's a mind fuck. There's actually one point on the trail where there's a passenger plane that brought tourists to do the trail, crashed and died, and the plane, the carcass of the plane is still there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Whereabouts is that? Do you remember?
Look, don't quote me. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But that was very humbling, because I remember the flight coming in to Kokoda, and that was a bit hairy fairy. But you think these guys set out on an adventure, and they died before they even got to experience it.
Yeah.
Which is just such a shame.
Yeah.
Such a shame. And then we're reminded of that every time we go, or every time somebody goes through it. It's like all they wanted to do was experience what we're experiencing, and they didn't get to experience it.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And then there's other places where there's a rock where there's a story of a soldier who had his leg amputated on that rock, and in a battle. So it's rich with stories everywhere in every part of that thing. And obviously, when you get to the end at Owen's Corner, there's the cemetery, and you just walk through that cemetery and you look at the ages of the soldiers that died, and you go, "Fuck." I've got a son, or I know somebody that's old.
Yeah.
Can you imagine them being in a conflict?
Yeah.
And it's so humbling. It's so humbling.
It is.
But the thing is, for me, and I've said this previously, war's fucking senseless. It's just senseless. And to me, I cannot fathom if I was at that age actually going to war. The thought of being subscripted, is it subscripted or what's the term? Construct? Matt? Conscripted. Yeah, the thought of being conscripted to fight is fucking terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. I know when you're a 18 or 20-year-old, you're full of bravado, but just the thought. I mean, you've seen Saving Private Ryan with the scene on the beaches.
Yep.
It's just why.
Yeah.
It's senseless. The whole thing just seems absolutely senseless. So yeah, for me, I mean, my journey was a lot slower than what yours was, and they specifically said, stop and fucking take it all in. And luckily I did. I've got some absolutely amazing photos in the jungle.
Yeah.
And sometimes you've just got to stop to just take a breath, and appreciate where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've had Pete Miller on here twice from No Roads. So I don't know. I can't remember how I got onto No Roads. It would have been some advertising or something popped up over my desk. Pete's amazing. He's been going there for a long, long time. Great company, great tour guides. And yeah, so I signed up by myself. I was single at the time. I was trying to tick boxes. I was at a point in my life where I thought, well, fuck, if I'm not going to do it now, when am I going to do it? So I did Kokoda and I did Mount Fuji in the same year, I think.
Yep.
So I was in that mindset of like, fuck, let's just get this shit done. That I've got some boxes to tick. This was one of them. And yeah, the whole experience, the team, the guides, the knowledge, Everything about the experience was memorable. You'd go to your grave and you're not thinking about how much money you got in your bank. You go, man, I remember standing on that ridge and just seeing the beauty of the PNG jungle.
Yep.
It's those moments that you want to take with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The team that, as I said, I didn't know anybody in the team until I turned up to the airport. Everybody that was involved in that trip were amazing. They're all there for their own reasons. They all had their own challenges. But generally, we all got to the end. There was some ups and downs for some people. But I just remember, I fucking cried like a baby when I got over the finishing line. And it was such a relief. I did the same when I finished the marathon. It was just such an emotional relief because you prepare yourself mentally, physically to do and to achieve these challenges. And when you complete it, there's just such a release. It floods over you. And I think that, to be quite honest, you can't buy that. You can't buy that feeling. You can't buy. Sure, you can pay to do something, but to get that emotional satisfaction, that's why I miss running, because it gave me solace. It gave me this sense of achievement every time I put on my shoes or did an event or ticked the box.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You talk about crying like a baby. Like my Kokoda experience obviously was a little different to yours, just because of the speed that we went through the track. But we actually went the other way. We actually went from Owen's Corner through to Kokoda. So we went the opposite direction to what you did. So we finished in Kokoda. And that was, we were supposed to do it the other way, but
was there a reason why?
There was a riot at the airport and we couldn't get on the plane out to Kokoda. So
it's a bit tumultuous sometimes.
It's a bit scary.
And it's ongoing too, because
Moresby.
they've got constant issues with the landowners, with the government.
Yep.
And I think they shut down just recently. They've shut down the trail because there was an issue over payment between the government and the tribe.
I did read that somewhere.
Yeah. Pete Miller would have explained it last time he was here, and he's been caught in some scary situations.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so once again, not just the event, not just the location, but the people that you meet throughout that trail. Obviously, you didn't get the same experience I did, with regards to meeting the locals or understanding exactly what they go through on a daily basis just to survive and keep themselves alive.
But it was like every little village we got to, the locals would come and greet us. They would be selling us soft drinks. I don't know if they did the same to you.
Dude, you see cans of Pepsi and you go, how the fuck
how does it get here?
Do you know how it gets there? It gets carried on somebody's fucking back.
Yeah.
That's how it gets there.
Yeah.
And that's insane. I'm sure there's helicopter drops and stuff like that. But when you ask, you go, how does that get there? They go, it comes on somebody's back.
Yep. Yeah. And then when we were running out, the little kids would run out with us and things like that. So there was some really cool experiences through the trail, and it was really challenging.
Yeah.
There's some big climbs in Kokoda and really technical stuff with routes, even decline like descending. It was a tough.
It's actually harder going down than what it is going up.
Yeah.
I tell a story. I'm pretty sure I told this story. There was, I think we were about a day out, and I've got a full pack on. I've got 17 kg, so the full pack has got the padded hip strap.
Yep.
And we were going through this marshy area, and I actually slipped and fell over, and landed on a root that was about this big. It was fairly sharp. It pierced the pad on my pack, and if that wasn't there, it would have gone into my abdomen. And it was like one of those. It just happened very quickly.
Yeah.
Just like that. And that's how things sometimes happen in life. They just happen fucking just like that. And then afterwards, I remember one of the guys was telling me, he goes, "Fuck, that was pretty fucking lucky, wasn't it?" And I go, "Yeah, it was." But there was still a job to complete.
Yeah.
Dust yourself off. I knew I still had some, because that's the thing is like, with the way we did Kokoda, you've got a certain amount of days, you've got a certain amount of kilometres to tick off, and you know the terrain, you know the elevation that you've got on that day. So as soon as you get out of bed, you're getting yourself enough breakfast to set yourself up. Unfortunately, you're putting wet boots on, so that's a mind fuck. You've got to get over that. You've got to get over it pretty quickly. And then you've got to understand that that's what you've got to do that day. And that's your job.
Yep.
That's your job.
Yep.
You've got to go from A to B. And then when you get to B, that's when you can relax a bit and go, I appreciate what I've done. It's a great achievement. And then you've got to reset and do it the next day.
Yep.
You know?
And that's with everything, right? You chunk things down. You've got a big task to complete. If you break it down into little tasks or little pieces, then it's easier to get through.
Yeah.
The races I do are no different. I focus on the next checkpoint, and it might be 10Ks, and that's what I need to get done. Yep. And then I reset. What's the next bit that I need to do? What's the next bit I do? Don't look too far into the future, because then that'll start messing with your mind, thinking, "Oh, I've got so much more to do, so much more to get through."
Yeah, it can be overwhelming.
It can be.
Are you in your own head on these events? Do you have music?
No music.
No,
never
music.
Run with music.
El natural.
Yep.
You want to hear the.
Yep.
You want to hear the
enjoy
pounding?
nature.
Yeah.
Enjoy what's out there and things like that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
You're blasting Metallica.
Yeah.
And you can't hear the birds chirping.
Yes, exactly. But getting back to Kokoda, yeah, we went from Owens Corner to the finish line at Kokoda. When we finished, day 2 was tough. That was a 42K. And I don't know if you would have come down the wall. We went up the wall, and we went out Mount Brigade and then up Mount... what's the other one? Mount Bellamy, up the top of Mount Bellamy. And that was in one day, and we did that climb. Fuck. And it was really tough. I think 42Ks took us about 11 hours or something like that to get through that 42Ks.
That's a long day, man.
It's a long day.
Fuck.
Yep. And you go through the gap. You remember going through the gap and the vision out there.
Oh, insane.
It was dark, so we didn't get to see it. And so another reason why I want to go back, because I missed that, unfortunately. But it was dark by the time we were going through there, and we camped at Templeton's Crossing, just past the gap going towards Kokoda. But when we finished, it was great relief. We had to sleep the night, but then we had to get it was like one of those, you know, those old prison buses that you get with the
slat seats.
Yeah, the slat seats.
It's
in
about
the back.
3 hours drive out, isn't it?
Yeah, but we had to just get it to the local airport, which might have been about an hour's drive. We were up early, crack at like 5 o'clock in the morning, getting this out and driving along this dirt road, and then all of a sudden there's all these different cars coming through with other people on them, and well, what the hell's going on here? And locals,
yeah,
and then there's a tree down in front of our, and I'm like, we're gonna get robbed or mugged, something's gonna happen here. And as soon as the bus sort of come to a massive halt, and all of our guys just got their machetes out and jumped off the back of the bus.
All the local guides.
All the local guides. And we're like, oh no, what is going on here? But they in the end, they were just getting off to chop the tree out the way. But
I can see how that would make the blood.
Yeah, it's sort of the
blood pressure rise.
Yeah, the blood pressure went right up, not knowing what was out there. But
sorry, no, carry on.
Yeah, so when we got the flight back, that's when we went to the cemetery.
Yeah.
And
that's at Owens Corner.
That's at Owens Corner, and like you said, you shed a tear when you finished. I was walking through that cemetery and just looking, and it's just by myself. Like we all just had our own space through the cemetery and stuff, and you just look at the amount of graves there, and like you said, the age of some of the
lives lost,
people and the lives lost, and there was a lot of tears shed just walking through that cemetery after completing and going through that.
You'd have to be a pretty hard bastard not to fucking...
I agree.
Not to tear up going through there.
Yeah.
That's not the first war cemetery I've been through, but yeah, after you understand what those guys went through, because you've just walked that whole fucking journey.
Correct.
It just brings it home, and you go... And you just go, how senseless is it?
Yeah.
Those young men could have growing up to be fucking scholars or scientists or fucking awesome people.
Yep.
They never got a chance.
Never got a chance.
They never got a fucking
No.
chance.
But they did it, and this is what our guide said to us is, you know, the people that are here sacrifice their lives so that we can live the way we live today.
Exactly. And when you do the history of exactly what happened, they stopped the Japanese coming in.
That's right.
And yeah, I Google the whole story. I'm not going. Don't quote me on it. But yeah, they were there for a reason. They did a job, and they did the job well.
Yep.
And it was effective. And just once again, it gets back to that point where you go, war's senseless, but that battle, that journey for those men wasn't.
No.
And they were doing God's work. They were doing what they thought they would for their country.
Yeah.
And it was a completely different mindset back then.
Yeah.
Completely different mindset.
And we should be very thankful.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Total respect.
Yeah.
Total respect. Yeah. Is Will? Have you talked to Will about doing this? Your son?
Oh, I spoke to him when I got back from it, and I encourage any of our listeners to, if you are thinking about going to Kokoda, book it in. It is one of the greatest experiences I've had in my life.
Yeah. Seek Out No Roads, of course.
Seek Out No Roads,
sponsors.
yes.
Pete and the team at No Road, fantastic teams, fantastic guides.
And even if you're not thinking about it, put it on your bucket list. Try and plan for it, because it's an amazing adventure.
And as a father, to take your son to experience that, that's the cherry on the cake.
Yep.
You know, I'm sure if you've got your differences, they will all be washed away by doing Kokoda together.
Correct.
You'd want to hope.
You would hope so.
Hey man, have you achieved everything that you wanted to do today? I think we've covered a lot of bases.
We have covered a lot, yes. But I suppose I've spoken a lot about some of my ultra running and the fact that I do a great distances and how I do them. But to get into trail running, it's very easy. There's so many shorter races around now, and we talked about park run a little bit earlier. Instead of running around parks, or if you started a park run and you want something a bit different, there's just Google some trail runs, and you can get out into nature, and you get single tracks out there, and you get to climb and get beautiful views. It's just something so different.
There's so much terrain in there, and as you say, not a lot of people get to see that.
Not many people get to see it, and when we go back to the Kokoda, I think it's only I'm going to be misquoted here, but it's less than 1% of Australians that have actually walked Kokoda.
Yeah, that'd be about right.
Yeah,
it may even be less than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, once again, about Kokoda, seek it out, Google it, understand the history of it, and if you think you can do it, by all means, sign up. Put it on a list of things to do, and work towards it.
Yeah.
But as you say, with regards to trail running, we talked about a lot of runners gravitate towards trail running because they get sick of pounding the pavements, but they also want the extra fitness involved in the elevation and the bonus of doing all that is seeing this amazing countryside that we've got.
Correct.
This amazing country that we live in.
Yeah. And like you said, the Dandenongs are only 40 minutes away from Melbourne CBD.
It's the same with the Yuyangs. The same with the
from the other side.
Yeah.
There's trails down at Arthur's Seat.
Yeah.
Down that way. There's so many trails just locally around here. You can go up to Sylvan, those areas, Listerfield. There's trails everywhere.
Exactly, Listerfield's great.
Yep.
Mountain bike there as well too.
Yep.
Yeah, we're very lucky. We're very blessed here to have
we are.
this natural environments that are conducive to not just running, walking with your family, picnics.
Yep, exactly.
Trail riding, mountain biking. We're very lucky here.
Yeah, but get out in nature.
Exactly. Hey mate, thank you very much. It's
my pleasure.
Been a pleasure to have you back in the studio. I'm sure you're going to be back because I mean we've done another 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm sure there's plenty more to talk about. But I think for our guests today, I think what they need to take away from this is that get up and move. It doesn't matter whether it's a 1K, a walk, a 5K, a park run, 100Ks. Get up, be active, and just live life and have fun.
Correct.
Agreed?
Agreed.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in and for your time. You know the vibe, I'm steady living until I die. It's a LUID state of mind, and we showed you that. Keep it authentic and real, I hope you coming back. Hey, make sure that you subscribe, cause we got it popping all the time, man, it's going down. If you wanna elevate, wanna live a better life, keep it locked here. You know it's a LUID state of mind, let's go.